Well, hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Ascension Playground. This is Ursie, and today I'm here to talk to you about a beautiful fixed star in our heavens called Procyon. It has a near and dear special meaning to me because it's about a little dog, and I'm the proud owner of two little dogs. We have two corgis, and they sure keep me busy. But back to the heavens. Let's see if we can understand and learn a little bit about how this beautiful fixed star in the heavens may have an impact on a natal soul connection that you have if you check out galacticastrochart.com and get your free natal chart. Okay, let me share my screen. I love talking about the heavens. I could just look at this picture of the star Procyon. I mean, it is radiating out this light. And of course, if you look carefully in this particular image, we can see like little rainbow striations. Now, even though this star, which is in the constellation called Canis Minor, Canis Minor means little dog, so it becomes the little dog star. Well, Procyon is the alpha star for this constellation, which means it's the brightest of all the stars in Canis Minor. However, it's not a single star. It's what astronomers call a binary star. So it's two stars together that appear from our view to be single, but when you zoom in, it's binary. So let's take a look and see how Procyon, well, first of all, where is it in the heavens? This is an old fashioned star constellation chart. I like it because it helps us see the navigational rhythm of how we track within, within our galaxy. So the first round circle above, the little one, is a circle around the constellation Canis Minor, the little dog. And Procyon is the bottom bright star because there's two bright ones, but it's the second bright one on the bottom. Now, the larger circle underneath the little dog is none other than the big dog, Canis Major. And its alpha star is called Sirius, Sirius A, meaning Sirius Alpha, the alpha star of Canis Major. So there's two dogs, but I got to tell you, there's more than two dogs in the heavens. So when you start learning the names and the mythology and stories of what's above and how perhaps sometimes that narrative and energetic story filters into our daily lives, you're going to learn about dogs and fish and princesses, and there's a unicorn. There's all kinds of things up in the heavens. So their stories have a way of, on a subconscious level, impacting us through their myth. Okay, so there is Canis Minor. Now I'm showing you this because the little dog will come and basically come up above the horizon to herald the big dog. So we first get the yappy, little dog comes first. So that's why I wanted to show you where it is in the constellation. Now, here's a little bit of information about Procyon. Okay, so you see there's a faint image of a dog. This is from astrologyking.com. But again, Procyon being a binary star. So in myth, these are the two dogs, Canis Major and Canis Minor, for the great hunter named Orion. Now, if you're new to looking up at the heavens and knowing the names, Orion has the three belt stars that are so well distinguished in the heavens that relate, of course, to the three pyramids at the Giza Plateau. So, Orion's two dogs, the little dog and the big dog. Now, as I mentioned, Canis Minor will come up above the horizon before Canis Major. So when Procyon comes up, this star, it's like the little dog saying, he's coming, he's coming. The big star, Sirius, is coming. And if any of you listening have tracked the ancient Egyptian mythology, you'll know that um, Yeah, it was so important for navigating the seasons. So when they saw Procyon and he's going, yep, yep, Sirius is coming, they knew that in ancient Egypt, the Nile River would soon flood. Now we think of flooding as an issue, but back in the day, they saw the flooding of the Nile as the gods giving them the water to then grow their crops for the upcoming year. So people were so happy when Procyon rose above the sight line and we could start seeing it in the heavens. Now, I went to Urania's mirror. If you haven't heard that name before, Urania's mirror holds these beautiful images of um, the icons for the constellation. You can get Urania's mirror in this little box of stars that I've talked about frequently. So here is Monoceros, which is the unicorn, and right above it is the little dog Canis Minor. Now you can see I put another little light blue circle and show you where on the dog Procyon sits. This image shows it's about in the belly of the dog. I'll show you another image later, and it's a little bit lower on the dog. But no matter, it's the second lower star in Canis Minor that we're really looking at. But isn't it fun if you find Procyon in the stars in the heavens? Then you know that this beautiful unicorn, Monoceros, is right below. Just had to throw in a picture from Urania's mirror of here's the big dog. So we saw the little dog on top of the unicorn. Here comes the big dog, Canis Major, and I've circled in blue where Sirius sits on the nose of the dog. The big dog. These are again Orion's dogs. Oh, I should mention too, the two dogs sometimes they say will be eternally chasing the rabbit. So let me move my face for a minute. There you go. See the bunny rabbit? That is the constellation called Lepus. And Lepus's brightest star is Nihal. So I just wanted to bring that up. But the two dogs of the great hunter are chasing the rabbit eternally. Okay, put my face back up there. Here we go. Next slide. All right. So in the Northern Hemisphere, um, the best times to meditate, to bring in the energy and the connection point to Procyon would be on July 18th in the morning and January 18th in the evening. Now, if you live in the Southern Hemisphere, you just switch. So you would focus on Procyon in the Southern Hemisphere, July 18th in the evening and January 18th in the morning. Okay. It's a little bit like, okay, let's see if you can play this game with when to meditate with these beautiful fixed stars. Now, I've done some research and I'm just going to give you what astrologyking.com shares. Not all of it, but most of it. He calls it out as a very fortunate star. I've read other things where in time, way back, they would consider it unfortunate. So whether it's fortunate or unfortunate, it is up in the heavens. And it's interesting how the collective, projects some of our, well, we project onto the stars some of our humanness. So whether it's fortunate or not, here it is. In the south for the winter evenings, Procyon is part of what they call the Great Winter Triangle between Procyon, Betelgeuse, and Sirius. Okay, so I'm just sharing that. I'll put a pin in it just to show you that it's part of a bigger picture. But look at that beautiful triangle. It looks equilateral to me from this picture. So, what's more, back in the day in Mesopotamia, they saw the fortunate star as the star of the crossing of the water. Crossing of the water dog. Water dog. Didn't President Obama? He had a water dog, a Portuguese water dog. So this Procyon is a water dog because it lies near the river of heaven, the Milky Way. We just did a recent little sharing between Julia Balaz and myself, focusing in on and zooming in on the Milky Way galaxy. Pretty interesting that this little dog lies right near this river. So some of the mythology is yes, if you have this highlighted in your chart, it used to foretell wealth and renown. So There's some good things that may come from this star, giving everlasting of the right and good effect. That must be Old English for saying, this is a great star to just tune into. So if you think of that little barking dog saying, it's coming, woof, woof. I've got my little dog here, Sophie, so who knows if she's going to start barking any minute. But the flavor of this star, if you have it aspected in your natal chart, would offer a strong drive and a sharp mind. And so success could be higher in the potential arena. But the native or you would need to avoid fiasco. So always taking care not to be imprudent. Well, that's kind of like a general, like we already know that. You got to be careful if you don't want to be a little bit too over the top. But I like the idea of a drive and a good sharp mind, like a puppy dog. You know, when they want food, they are focused. So here's some more qualities of Procyon and another little image by William Tyler Olcott. And this one is talking about the restless chase of the hunter. Remember, I said Orion, the great hunter? This is one of his dogs. So it also has perhaps this layer of military energy, skillful courage, and great rewards if you hold strong and true, like a faithful dog. So, with every good point, there's an equal and opposite other side of the coin. The other side of the coin for Procyon is you have so much power in the star that you have to be careful of overly emotional responses. You know, don't keep fighting, like get back, stop fighting, ruff, ruff, ruff. Like calm down. So your energy will take you high and low. Think again, Chihuahua. Sorry if you own a Chihuahua, but you know what I mean. So beware rash aggression, like just being upset and angry for just no real reason. And they say sometimes if you have this star in a negative aspect, that you have to beware of dog bites. Very interesting stories. Now, here's a little composite of what I put together for you to talk a little bit more about. Let's go deeper into Procyon and other stories. Now, the Maori are the indigenous people of New Zealand, and they looked up at the heavens and saw Procyon as one of the pillars holding up the sky. Now, that sounds awfully familiar to the four Persian royal stars, but Procyon was not in the mix for the Persians. It may have to do something with when you look up in the heavens and you're in a different spot on the globe, you are identifying and relating to different fixed stars. Remember, they have their fixed nature because they don't move very far from our Earth advantage or from our Earth perspective. So the Maori and the Tahitians knew this star. Now, I'm not going to even try saying the name, how you say the name in Tahitian, but in English, it translates, the Procyon star translates to star, the priestess of brave heart. Oh, so what I'm sensing is there is a very strong feminine quality to the star. It's a priestess of brave heart. So, in other myths, when you look at Procyon, some say, according to the Greek mythology, that the little dog Procyon was actually named Maera, Maera. And this little dog belonged to Erigone. And Erigone was the daughter of Icarius of Athens. So here's the crazy story. There were some of Dionysian's shepherds who came to Erigone's father. And he said, okay, you can stay. We'll give you some wine. Relax. You're the shepherds of Dionysius. Well, the shepherds drank the wine, but they thought they were being poisoned because the wine tasted so bad. So they got upset and they killed their host, Icarius. And so when Erigone saw that her father had been killed, she hung herself over his grave. Sorry, it's a little tragic. But you see that Dionysius then wanted these other maidens in Athens to do the same. I'm not sure how that story worked itself out. They were rather really, I don't know, predisposed to, you know, people, all you maidens, go hang yourself now, um, because Dionysius was upset. You know, he's the god of chaos and discord and wine, remember? Anyway, I think when the powers that be, Zeus, saw this tragedy, he brought the little dog and Origone. And Origone is associated with the constellation Virgo. So again, we're getting this layering of the feminine. And you know, being a double Virgo myself, I know that Virgo is associated with small domestic animals, hence little dog, right? So there are these points of connection. I like going back to the Maori though and thinking of what does a priestess of the brave heart star mean? I mean, I just love that. Anyway, so these are some of the star stories that I found. And, you know, to bring it home into your life for some practical wisdom, if you find out that you have, let's say, your Venus or your ascendant or your sun is transiting Procyon, or you have a natal soul connection with Procyon that's being transited. For me, what came up is this question. When Procyon shows up, it's asking, what is it that you are announcing? Or what message do you want to share that's guiding you in this lifetime? It's about that little dog saying, he's coming, he's coming, the good stuff is coming. Almost like, excuse me, but like John the Baptist saying, the Christ is coming, the Christ is coming. So it's these forerunners, the harbingers who go ahead beforehand to say, hey, it's coming. And don't you like that cute little picture I have of the dog? Because I want to bring it really close into your conscious and subconscious mind that whenever you read the word Procyon as a fixed star up in the beautiful heavens, to think of that cute little dog. And you know, they're so cute until they start barking and yapping over the silliest things. All right. Well, I hope that was helpful for you. I so enjoy these star stories. It's a delight for me because I do sense that we are moving into, I mean, literally moving into this place of light and into new areas of the galactic that are affecting us on a DNA and a physical level. So, why not bring from the past these beautiful stories and then upgrade them to 2022 and beyond so we can kind of hold how do we see and feel with the fixed star of a little dog who really wants to catch that rabbit. He's probably the one that says, hey, it's over here. And excuse me, I should probably be calling Procyon she, given the nature of a binary star and this idea of a priestess and Virgo. So I'm going to start changing my language and saying, the little she dog who goes ahead to help the hunter show where the rabbit is. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me. Take care, everybody. And oh, my mind is blown. Thank you for the 501st subscriber. I'll be coming back soon to offer. I'm going to start with 5 free mini readings. So if you're interested in someone taking your little galactic astro chart from Julia Balaz's calculator and having me just say a few little words about it, send me an email at theascensionplayground@gmail.com. Theascensionplayground@gmail.com. It's not going to count if you write in the chat. You have to send me an email, and then from the email, I can go look up the first 5 and have fun. It's my gift back to you. Thank you for your support. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe because I'll choose 5 who I've validated as already subscribers. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.